It's been an exciting 3 months, but it's early. We've been putting a team together and making some hires. We have a few more hires to go. And I think the number one priority at this point is asking each of the division heads and the acting heads to put together some policy ideas that I can consider from the chairman's office. Also, as you probably know, we're very excited and anticipating 4 new commissioners. So we're hoping that's going to happen sooner than later. And when we do finally get them, I think that's going to put us on a clear path to identifying an agenda item or a group of items and moving forward on making some policy changes. You know, I specifically put out a request for comment because I do, in fact, really want to hear from the entire constituency of market participants about the proposal, their thoughts, where they see some strengths, where they see some weaknesses, where they see opportunities for markets to evolve, but also risks that we at the CFTC should be particularly careful about. So looking forward to as many people and institutions as commenting as possible. I certainly understand the importance of this issue, and that's exactly why I wanted to get public input so that the commission can make a better and more informed decision. I put together the climate risk unit within the CFTC last March, so it's been a year, and this is an interdivisional group of experts and staff who care about climate issues and have particular expertise or knowledge in any one area. And the hope is, going forward, is to get these individuals together, to have them start thinking about what we could do from a regulatory perspective to address 2 things. One is addressing physical risk and mitigating the risks of climate change, but also supporting an orderly transition to a net zero economy. Derivatives markets are going to play a key role in climate change. We're seeing that in the development of new products across a suite of our registrants. I'm really excited about the innovation we're seeing in the space. And from my perspective, I'm hoping that the CFTC can be a partner in the effort to address climate change, both, again, the physical risk and the transition risk that we're facing. I've been at the CFTC since 2017. I've made some observations since I started, and it is pretty apparent to me that we have a lot of work to do when it comes to the diversity of our staff, from entry-level positions to the most senior-level positions. So I am hopeful and encouraged by our new Chief Diversity Officer that we're going to try to break down some of the existing barriers that have existed for quite some time and have a different philosophy and method of thinking about how we recruit and retain staff, both at the entry level and also at the senior level. I'm heartened by what I see in our industry. I think there's an effort to make these same changes, and I think we all have to be mindful of the current composition of the industry and what we want it to be in the future. And I'm hopeful that the Chief Diversity Officer and the efforts that I'm making now will essentially set the stage for years and years to come for the CFTC, so that when we look back in 10, 20, or 30 years, all the way from our leadership down to the most junior staff, are diverse and representative both of our industry and the people that we serve. Chairman Gensler and I are close on a personal level, on a professional level. We've known each other a long time. I've said this several times since I started and since he became SEC chair, that we at the CFTC and within the CFTC community will benefit from his chairmanship at the CFTC. He knows our agency, he knows our markets, he knows the importance of our markets, and I think we will benefit from that experience he's had. On a professional level, we talk very frequently. We understand the intersection of our markets and how we need to be communicating constantly, whether it's about traditional markets, swaps and futures, or new and emerging risks or new and emerging assets like digital assets. So we lean on each other, we talk to each other in many different forums, but certainly one-on-one. We learn from each other, and I will benefit from that relationship, and I hope he does too. It gives me an opportunity to make changes that I've observed as a commissioner, that I observed in my previous role, knowing the agency and its structure, And at such an interesting and potentially transformational time to be in this seat and have the opportunity to meet folks, to engage, and to make changes that I think will have lasting effect both on the agency and its markets is really important. It's something that I know comes with great responsibility, but also something that I will hold for the rest of my life.